It'll be the next tournament.
Well, let's find out what the conclusion of this story is going to be. It's grand final time, guys. Get ready, get hype. These guys are going to be taking you throughout all of the game.
Thank you very much, James. Let's get straight into it. London versus Endpoint. London start things off on CT side here. And we saw how they did on CT side in that first map, in that last map, actually, the last series. So here we go. Diffuse on Astro with a smoke for the CT side. Double flash and smoke for Mighty Max on the Endpoint side of things as they go straight into the second mid-default. Mighty Max trying to flash his way in towards Banana. Try and fell off the fake, but the four-man stack is coming through. They're playing Contact B and Endpoint. They're going to give so much information. No rotations are coming in from London. A fast play which could just get shut down by the crossfire. Headshot not going to get landed. And instead Thomas and Ardilla is going to be able to take the first two frags. Mighty Max and Ardilla come back in for two more as well. Leave it all on Eccles. A quick dismantling coming in from Endpoint.
Yeah, Endpoint's not using pistols, they're using a sledgehammer, and they just smash their way onto the site. Eccles will pick up Luzzer, but it's going to be too little too late at that point. 1v5 is asking a little bit too much, I think, of the player, despite him being such a fantastic player himself. But Endpoint take the first round on Inferno, picking up two MAC-10s, AKs, and UMP for Mighty Max into CZs. So quite a lot of head armor, so the respect being shown by London, expecting him to pick up these SMGs, expecting him to try and go for these fast contact plays, and at least try and spray them away when they try and peek angles. You see Luzzer giving us a perfect example of that. They'll be back off and showing aggression towards the Banana.
CZ's in the Kevlar helmets back on the force buy of London. Often gone for these force buys with the smokes and flashes and HGs coming in. Ready for the hit coming out from Endpoint as well. Oh, the nades down on Eccles. One landed perfectly onto him. 5 HP. Second one, he took 4 HP off. He was on 9 after that one, but either way, the face coming in from Luzzer takes down Stanley. Another kill to the favor of Endpoint as they look to just lock down the easy frags, the easy round potentially. Smoke's coming out. Smoke in against them. Astro. U250 out behind the smoke itself on the long position. Going to try and tap on through one. We're able to get down on the Endpoint side. But Astro take him down for the secondary kill. Eccles still on 5 HP means that this round is virtually going to be unwinnable for the London side. Endpoint will make their way around towards short. They're going to have the bomb plant on A. And Link is all left. Well, actually, they will sneak their way through. Eccles will be able to do something here with the CZ. The headshot angles. Dink on Thomas, maybe able to sell that later on down the line, but nothing is going to come out for London. 2-0, a nice flawless round from Endpoint.
And all 5 players surviving, which is like not super important at this point, but it does help a lot, especially as going into this further rounds. We've reiterated this so many times. It's set up their economy for further points in the game, and having clean rounds like that really helps. The amount of games which have been so close, like the Endpoint versus 3-era game, where both teams were just hammering each other so hard there'd only be 1 or 2 players surviving each round. We're seeing a stack onto CT by London, all 5 lined up, walking straight into it. They do manage to pick off 1 player, but Ardilla backs off after getting the headshot onto Stanley. I don't know if they'll be able to pick up that weapon for the CT's. Luzzer might get those footsteps. Swing around, finds the head of Astro Vice, knocks him down a size. Let's get dinked. Ooh, there's a team kill. Link's not happy with Soul
Link on -1 frags as well. So that's a big old rip.
Real life inting, you're saying, on CSGO. that's what's happening. Grenade coming through, and that might kill Link. That takes him down. Kobe. Pizza takes out Eccles from range. The MAC-10. Picking up that extra cash with the SMG. We'll probably expect it's going to be a gun round for the MAC-10s to be rotated out at this point. But we'll see. They might want to keep it because some of the CTs might keep no Kevlar, just take the Kevlar, no helmet as well. And they are being kept. Ardilla and Pizza. Pizza's Luzzer, just playing on Pizza count. You know Pete, the manager. Damage coming out with utility. Did Eccles just not see Ardilla right next to him? I'm not entirely...
No, he was looking towards the broken wall, so he didn't actually check the stack area. Now that was Endpoint, of course, to get that opening frag. Around on one side, the Orc's not going to get into the spots. This is round over. This is going to be a 4th on the board for Endpoint.
Yeah, they might just want to save these weapons at this point because after taking the site, it's going to be incredibly hard for the retake. 4 versus 3, and that'll be Endpoint on 4-0. Looking very good coming into Inferno. Not their map pick. This is London's map pick. So not doing too badly, but it's early days. We've seen this in quite a few games so far throughout this tournament. Well, one team comes in swinging, starts battering them for the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then suddenly the other team kicks into gear, starts recovering, and will run away with it. But Endpoint is starting to hunt.
I'm interested in running one taps, like, you know, that's going to work.
One taps with an M4 as well, so
yeah.
Interesting.
Well, as I said, 4-0 for Endpoint. This is a fantastic start. And this is an unexpected start as well for the T side. Obviously, London really have to get it back together. Obviously, their CT side was where they were able to dominate against the CEX squad. So, you know, trying to come back here on this first half, you would expect them to be able to rock it down and actually defeat the Endpoint squad. But this is not the start we were expecting, as I'm saying. You know, Endpoint bringing their firepower back into fruition. Obviously, there's a team that works off of firepower. As Artist brings that to the table. The rest of the squad, pound for pound, are much more powerful than London. You know, this is where they can thrive. Their T side has been fantastic today so far, and their T side is looking to be fantastic right here. I have a feeling that London have to try and change things up. If they end up losing this next round and go to max loss bonus, they probably will take a tactical pause and think about their current strategy and the way that they're going to go through things. And Endpoint will stack their way into the A-bomb site where they will try their best to make this 5-0 happen. It's Art there. Astro with the first, Link and Stanley combined. Take down 2 more alongside the AWP shot from Astro. Takes down all but Arilla. All left to him. Ardilla alone, 1 versus 3. Bomb picked up towards quad. But this should be a first on the board for London. Finally, it's taken a very, very long time to get here. Astro with the AWP at close. Should be able to take him down again. You know, no scope, quick scope, whatever you want. A 1 versus 3 scenario for the T side player. We'll actually force him out of position. So doing well enough to predict where he is, but now the CTs know where he is. They're going to wrap through. The cross is locked. No way out.
I just want to try and take out as many people as possible. Not going to be the case. Eccles just domes him, takes him out, and Lon is finally on the board, 4-1. But this is good for them, but still in precarious position because they've reset, of course, the loss bonus. If Endpoint managed to do what they did in previous rounds and set them back, their economy is going to be super damaged, and not going to be a nice position for London. That's definitely Endpoint's win condition. This is where they're going to be strongest. Will probably most likely be on this T side. So they need to get as many rounds as possible. And to do that, they need to shut down London's economy.
Talking about the utility usage of Endpoint earlier today and how well they can use that, and right there and then Endpoint again, the nades down. Obviously, they were doing damage onto London during that first and second round. And Eccles forefront of it again. 61 points already in this round. And Endpoint looking to try and shut them down. Artist will take a bit more damage back from the London faces as well, but that's not going to be much because, again, they are going to win out a HP advantage on the Endpoint side. Playing towards the mid, if they can get this round, it'll be a reset against London, so they have to play this extremely carefully. Stanley going to back up as Link, the first player to die. Astro chance if he can get back away, but the flicks go way too far as Thomas doubles down. Loza gets a frag, and Eccles and Soulcast are the last 2 left alive. Back towards B Banana. I don't even think they're going to face this. No, they're retreating. It's another round to the favor of Endpoint. This firepower is looking strong. London need to take a pause. They really need to take a pause. They really need to think about their current standing here.
Yeah, and some of the players just aren't fragging. We just saw Soulcast, 0 frags so far in 5 rounds. Same for Link as well, just 1 assist. Not looking too hot, but then you look on the other end of things. Thomas the tank, steamrolling his way in, 6 kills so far. Across 6 rounds. So doing pretty well for himself. But they'll save these rifles over into the next round. Definitely a smart decision with the shape in which their economy's in, but still will be first round loss bonus, second reset. They've got enough money they could kind of force buy around it. It's whether they want to risk that, maybe just go for a few pistols, see if they can get some rifles, maybe damage the T-side economy, get those rifles back in, and then make a play, or just, you know, as soon as things get a bit hairy, pull the AK, the M4 out, and be like, right, we'll wait till the next round.
London down to the eco as a result. The M4s and AWPs on Soulcast's part. It's Eccles to take down none other than Loza. Start things off. It's a nice face on the M4, but I expect the next CT player up close to the first in the hands of Astro. Loads of damage done to Mighty Max. So with a P250 and nothing else, it's pretty good. Stanley also getting aggressive to try and shut down some with the CZ. Can't quite get caught off guard, rotating back into the A bomb site for it. So 4v3 scenario, Endpoint do eventually come out on top. Still got plenty of time to try and turn the situation around for London. They still have their 2 rifles in play. Thing out here, but not for long. Eccles facing back over to the B-bomb site. Taken down by Artis. Leaves it a 2-man advantage now for Endpoint, an open B bomb site as well. Go down across Soulcast, trying to see if he can deny it. None of Endpoint will cross just yet. The bomb won't quite make his run to the bomb site. That's 55 seconds again. Endpoint, all the time and all the space to work with.
Yeah, that'll be the bomb going down on the B site. Soulcast after spraying through the smoke, not even going to contest it, rotating back round to A. And that'll be the round to Endpoint. 6-1, not how we're expecting it to go. But, of course, the brutality of their aim definitely favors Endpoint on this T side. They definitely know it's B. I was just wondering because they were checking angles. I was wondering if they thought for some reason it was A, getting completely bamboozled. But it's fine. But for Endpoint, every single time they've had these rounds where they smash into a site or they get these early kills and frags into the round, they're very good at not allowing the rest of their players to die. They trade off each other really, really well. So Gaza went down. Oh, that was interesting. I thought they shot each other. And then
Is that even possible?
I don't think it is in Counter-Strike. I don't think it is, can't be. No, it's not. I'm getting confused about FPSs.
I know in low tick games like PUBG or Escape from Tarkov, like you can trade kill in that kind of respect, like with each player taking each other out, which is hella annoying when it happens. By the way, I don't know if you can tell I got some experience in that department. But AWPs on Astro and Lazza for this one. Hopefully they don't have any experience in this department on Counter-Strike, because it would be extra tilting to know that your entire round may have rested in that one frag and you were the one that failed to come out on top of it. Endpoint 6-1 up so far. Their rounds have been going swimmingly as Artist gets another kill back down on Eccles. He's going to face forward, looking to try to take this man down to the on-site. The spray is going to be good, and there's no backup on the way. Stanley long range incendiary through, trying to do some damage. Actually gets a blind shot on Artist. That's good to stall the bomb. And they're wrapping over towards the coffin's position. Endpoint don't have quite control of the bomb site, but eventually they will be able to do so. Stanley down. A 4 versus 2, and London are already going to concede, look to concede this one. Bomb will get planted on the coffins. And at this point, Astro just needs to hold on to the AWP. This is not looking good for London. And again, their map pick.
Their map pick, and look at their economy. Link, $0, by the way. Not looking too good. And again, Endpoint, only 1 player died. Like almost every single round that they've won with 5 or 4 members still alive. Maybe 3 at the lowest, I think, at any point. Which shows just how, I don't know, how bad London has seemed to be at trying to trade back kills. Finally seen a tactical pause being initiated. I mean, 3 rounds after you said it should have been called, but better late than never, I guess, at this point.
Ooh, shots trading. Link will take one down. Can they get away alive? Yes, they can. That is crucial. That is exactly what they needed to find. 7-1, Endpoint still leading, but London getting away alive with at least an AWP and an automatic weapon. Match pause coming in, tactical for the London side, as expected. Soulcast called it because they need it right now. I was saying they need to take a pause at some point to try and figure things out, because this really is not looking great for London. This is their map pick on their CT side. This is where they need to show up. This is where they need to do great things. And right now, they're floundering against the sheer aggression that Endpoint bring to the table. Yeah,
at the end of that round, when both AWPers whiffed their shot, I think both of them deserve to die there. like straight in front of each other. Feels bad though, but Astrovice has the backup of Link. Takes down Lazza, denies him that AWP. Not going to pick it up himself, even though he definitely has the cash. Pause is almost over though. 7-1, but how does London adapt at this point? Their economy is in tatters. They've got these mismatched buys. And it seems like some of their players are just struggling to get off the mark just in the pure fragging department.
Yeah, and that's what I hope this tactical pause is about, to try and reset the mentality game, because we were talking about it on the desk. James was like, look, they get tilted really easily. London are susceptible to those problems. Endpoint are not. So the fact that they've been this far down on their home turf, on the maps that they've been able to pull off, on the maps that they've been able to do well in throughout the course of this tournament, like, it only means that they're going to probably get tilted a lot more than what they'd hoped for. Endpoint will be in a great position as a result. London need a round like this one to get themselves back in the game, mentality-wise and round-wise. They managed to take this force buy and turn it into victory, turn it into gold, then that'll be perfect for London. But the CT side, I'm not holding my breath on that front. Have stacked 3 players over on the B bomb site, 2 on the crossfire, and 1 there to back it up in the form of Stanley. It's also the Deagle and Deagle and the P250, so all the pistols out on the stack here. Come the execution from the Endpoint side with smokes and molotovs. Eccles barely holding back behind second spot box. Takes Pulse, looks back in, but Thomas has 2 headshots burning alive by only a little bit of time. And Lazar will get close alongside Mighty Max, getting 2 frags back to 3 versus 3. They still got Soulcast in with the Deagle. The bomb will go down. A great flashbang in. Soulcast not spotting out. Will be able to take down Ardilla, but not going to be able to take down Mighty Max. So 2 versus 2, the open UMP. Save from the last round. Spotted, sprayed. Astro couldn't quite get the frag that he wanted, couldn't quite get the shot that he wanted. He's now back to 22 points of health. Molotov will try and force Mighty Max out of play, but he's going to face do even more damage to Link, alongside Lazar facing, spraying down and taking the UMP out of play. Astro trying to use it to do something here in this round, but grabbing the AWP. 3 HP he's got to save. No choice in the matter. I don't even think he's far enough away from the bomb explosion. He will get there now. But an 8 for Endpoint, London. I mean, this is it is a quasi-half weird buy, but it is still a very, very big hole in the silence.
I mean, they looked a little bit better. They were like, they pushed. I mean, one of the Endpoint players actually died at the end, so only one of them survived. So they definitely did better than they have in the previous rounds that Endpoint was on, but it's just still not enough. That B hole just seems really weak, weak for them. But now we're seeing an adaptation come in now that the buys come through. Double AWP setup, one on Eccles, one on Astrovice. The round which London did win so far in this game was because Astrovice got that early pick with that AWP. Whether we can replicate or not remains to be seen. Aggression, though, show towards A. Endpoint is about to burst out, goes straight into the waiting arms of Astrovice, gets the double. He's looking for the third as well. But he gets taken down by Thomas and Lazar. But somehow this has been turned around, and 2v2, it was almost perfect for London. They had the perfect setup, but Thomas and Lazar have other things to say about that. Eccles and Soulcast, it's up to them to try and retake the bomb site.
The trades from a 4 versus 2 to a 2 versus 2, and now just a 1 versus 2. Thankfully, the CTs do gain a pick back on Lazar, leave it all on Thomas, but as I was saying, Thomas the tank, what can you do here in a 1 versus 2? Soulcast is low, and Eccles now head Kevlar just manages the AKs, but still, find an angle, flashbang in the no expected range. They're going to line up for him! Ooh. Thomas the tank tanks himself this time around, but the defuse kit doesn't even get picked up by X. Unfortunately, it was from around the corner, so thank God for that. A second, finally on the board for London. It's taken a very, very long time to get there. Look at that. 4 rounds followed by 4 rounds.
That's what
it's a pattern. That means that the next 4 rounds should be endpoints, and that certainly would not be a good look for London right now. Double AWP setup coming in, a heavy investment means they're up for a hard reset against Endpoint, and Endpoint are in a serious role. Look at the frag numbers in comparison. You just saw them on screen a moment ago. 5 frags for the top fraggers of London versus 4 frags for the bottom fragger of Endpoint. They're looking so hot right now on this 2 set.
So hot, and on top of that, they've got the cash
to... utility usage again. Endpoint just gained such a great advantage above London every single time. Soulcast can't even afford to get aggressive. He's going to leave it in the hands of Eccles with the AWP, and both players will wrap back out of the advanced positions.
Yeah, falling back, giving Top Banana control over. Endpoint take that. And even if they lose this round, they got so much money in the bank. But Soulcast has been boosted into the Flowers position. Things slowing down. Positioning on Banana with the bomb. There is one player, though, you've got to keep your eye on. I think it's Pulse. It's definitely the lurker for the Endpoint side, but Eccles opens things up, takes down Ardilla. Molotov goes out as well to try and negate the push. The rotation will come down through Banana, leaving Pulse in that forwards apartments position. I think he's got his eyes on it, but if he can find an opening frag, this could be perfect for Endpoint just to execute straight in. Smoke comes through, but Pulse is in front. Link gets the better of him, finds the head of him. 5 versus 3, 30 seconds left, and Endpoint needs to hit some nutty shots if they want to get onto the site. But that's the first one. Thomas the tank engine finds Astrovice. Link shuts him down before he can do any more damage, and it's all up to Lazar. Just running forwards with the pistol, just managed to find one. I think he might get the bomb down. No way. Soulcast has got to get him. There we go. London 8-3 finally break the... I want to say break the losing streak. They've already done that, but they managed to string together another win. Yeah, thank God for that one as well, because if Endpoint had won that, then that would have been completely crushing to London's economy and completely crushing to possibly the rest of their half at this point. Endpoint up for a tactical pause. Mighty Max calls it out right here just to give the
T-side a bit of a chance to talk things through, figure out what London are doing, figure out how they can counter it, because they have got another buyback here. It's the perfect time to use it, you know. You've got one good buy in for the next one. You've also got yourself a few rounds of loss bonus, so you've got a little bit of momentum swinging back in, even if you do get shut down by London. And you stand against as a really good T-side half. If you can get 11-4 or 12-3, even 10-5 for London, that might be a bit too far gone. And again, on their map pick, that's the best way to shut them down. That's the best way to ensure, almost guarantee that you win the series. You know, it's such a really good position that Endpoint are playing in from right now. They've got all the cards in their favor. They've got every little statistic saying it's all you guys. All you have to do is just take those numbers and run with them.
Yeah, but if London can mount decent economy going forwards, if they can win a couple of these rounds, not losing too many players, they can try and stop Endpoint from getting away on this T side. And then when they get onto their own T side, and Endpoint has to be on the defensive, things might play out a little bit different. But we like these tactical timeouts. Endpoint, as soon as things start going wrong, instantly calling it, which I think is the smarter use of it. Better to do it, you know, preemptively than leaving it too late and not able to use it. Orp on Lazar. Astrovice has been instrumental in finding these early kills. Lazar's pretty damn good himself. Spray's going out. No, he's won a few rounds, but we haven't seen that much early utility damage either.
Endpoint avoiding the utility damage that they could have put down on London. London just being out of position at the right time. Flashbang's going to the counter CTs, and in the end, going to catch Endpoint off guard by a little bit. They're moving around this speedway position back over to library. The boost will come in from the AWP as well, so Lazar could do some serious damage if they're not expecting his angle, if they want to try to reface this London. We'll leave the AK back over on the B bomb site, leave Soulcast to play contact B at the half wall. Now the hit will come through from Endpoint. The four-man stack is ready as Astro gets himself one, as Thomas gets two. He's finally shut down by Astro. Kicking and screaming, trying to take a wallbang. I don't think that's possible, but he'll still try for it. If he gets the kill, then that would be a hella good way to get London back in for the retake. A 3 versus 3 scenario. Orcs back on both sides, 2 rifles to back it all up. CT is moving closer and closer, but trying to find an angle. The smoke's coming in from Endpoint will keep them suppressed, but now they're out of utility. Just a flash and a Molotov. Soulcast puts a smoke down of his own right. Might cover off one side of things, and they're running out of time. The CTs need to move relatively quickly. Zekel's faces, looks onto the bomb site, spots Mighty Max. Soulcast looks onto the bomb site, catches the head, but can't quite take the man down. Astro looking in for a second, he gets a headshot. It's all on Mighty Max to hold it on. Defuse being stuck by Astro, and all teammates are doing Echoes to hold on for a couple more seconds, and the defuse will barely come in. 4 kills for Astro, a fantastic hit coming out, and London with their 4th.
London with their 4th. God damn, they had to cut it close. Literally, bomb was
really
about to go off.
But the key thing about that whole hit is that Astro took most of the aggression and actually managed to get the 2 kills on the players in pit. At that point, the last man, Mighty Max, wasn't able to hold him down. He was covered off by one side of cover, obviously, on the default position. And his second teammate in Eccles just had to move forward, spam him away with the AK and the USP, and keep him suppressed. Eventually, Mighty Max could take down that boss one. At that point, London had won the round. They might lose this one, though, as the MAC-10 from Ardilla takes the opening frag out towards the B bomb site in Banana. Obviously, Ardis being a stand-in, able to put firepower still to play on the SMG, getting a man advantage for Endpoint in the early part of this round.
And managed to pick up an M4 as a reward for finding an early kill. 8-4 on the board, but a lot of damage. Look at Lazar's health, suddenly dropped as well. Ardilla from his exchange. Bomb is shifted towards the A site. So for Endpoint now, they can like kind of assume that CTs are probably going to be split between the 2 sites, 2-2, rather than taking a gambling play. But they jumped out straight down using the smoke as well. Link is in this position, Molotov out. He's going to wide swing, but Thomas gets the better of him, taking huge amounts of damage. There's one player, Stanley, on site. He's got to be the linchpin to hold them in this position. Gets the double spray down. Wonderful stuff, but Mighty Max shuts down that dream really, really fast. Ardilla, though, gets greeted by the Orp, who tries to shoulder peek him. Goes again for the peek. Gets domed by Ardilla, shutting things down. 1 versus 3 for Eccles, the ex-Ghost player. It's all on his shoulders now.
No, it's not. Stanley's the ex-Ghost player.
Stanley, sorry. I'm getting confused. We spoke about Eccles earlier.
Oh, dear.
We are getting a tactical timeout. So preemptively from London this time, until things start running away from them, they're doing it earlier. Eccles in a position at apartments, trying to cover if any players try and push through there. Looking like about staying at the last second. Does take him out just to shut down that economy even more. Not looking too hot for the London side. Tactical timeout being called.
The fabled reset finally comes in from Endpoint. It wasn't quite a lost bonus reset, like, you know, like you take one round and reset them again, but they kept the damage going. At least 3 players down for London in every single round, man. The Endpoint just done so much damage, you know. Again, and it keeps the economy low. That means that London are forced down to, at best, a force buy with pistols and maybe an SMG or 2. But more importantly, this tactical pause needs to figure something out hard for London. They can't afford to let this keep going. They cannot afford to be down by 11-4, like I was saying. 11-4 is a fantastic scoreline for Endpoint. Even 10-5 is fantastic, and one of those might end up being inevitable. London either has to force buy now or take the hit in the second half.
Yeah, force buy now, try and go for this round, but then there'll be 2 force buys in a row. Maybe eco this and then try and basically give them a bonus round. Basically say, right, we'll try and go for 10-5 rather than trying to go for 9-6 but with 2 weaker buys. But pause has ended. Both teams using, I think both teams have used 2 tactical timeouts each, I think, roughly? Or is it 1 for Endpoint and 2 for London?
Yeah, 2 for London and 1 for Endpoint, yeah, that's right.
Right. So I think we've seen more more tactical timeouts in one half than we've seen in most of the other games we have today. It's definitely taking advantage of that.
Well, I expect this out of them. They are the more experienced.
Yeah. Definitely using that as best they can. 9-4, 14th round. This is basically a bonus round for Endpoint.
Yeah, the eco frag should come through relatively easily for the AKs and AWP, plus the M4 and Thomas. I mean, you know, he's the tank engine. I've been doing amazingly so far in this one. He's only second. Oh, sorry, no, scratch that. I was looking at the scoreboard, and the score is what it's sorted by. Truth is, he's still top fragging at 15 kills. So, you know, Thomas the tank.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
He's doing all. He's just okay, you know. Not doing amazing. He's doing all right. But Endpoint will be happy with his performance for certain. The CETs try and find a way to work around these pistols, but just how do you do it? Endpoint been on such a good roll, just fragging, dragging the London side straight through the mud on their CT side, on their map pick. It's like, you know, this is not looking good, you know? I fear for my pick, I'm not going to lie. Very, very badly fear for my pick. As Mighty Max and Thomas continue to add frags to their name, the bomb should be able to go down. 5-on-3 scenario, again, no retake. Just stabbing through the smoke, making sure there is absolutely no lurkers on that London side. And there you go. Bomb down. Artist will be traded back by Astra at the very least. So 1 kill, 1 rifle that they can recover. Matt Astra looking for a little bit more, however, trying to get out of dodge. Thomas does think him, but it's not going to take him down. Yeah,
that was quick movement by the T side just to try and deny any rifles handed over. Especially as we're going into the last round of the half afterwards. We want to deny everything from these bullets. Ooh, Thomas getting very low there. Oh, he's going for the knife. Oh! And he gets it.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Just mwah.
Fantastic. We've seen a knife this tournament. We've seen team kills. We've seen knife. Like, it's proper UKCS. And we'll get to see Mirage, so the only thing which hasn't been UKCS is we haven't seen Dust 2.
Ooh.
You know? So
that's the point.
Feels bad. Times are changing.
Times are changing indeed. We'll stay into the tide of the round, however. Stanley taking down Ardilla. Putting things up out of the opposition. They know he's in copy corner. They're going to try and multiple suppress him back there so they can get that kill later on down the line, but eventually London should be able to back you up and support him. One player can rotate back in and get those flashbangs together and trying to get him to peek out. The smoke spam is still going to do damage. Thomas taking just 33 points of health. They will try and take him back, but Stanley remains alive and backs up into the library position. Got Astro in play as well towards Pit. He's got his teammate in Link also out here. And they are waiting for Endpoint to slowly make their way in. They're dry peeking into this bomb site. 2 players on the crossfire. Thomas is very, very weak, and this UMP could take him down. The smoke's about to get set up on the bomb site. Here comes the face. It's Astra to take down 1 in trade, but in the end, Mighty Max wins out the man advantage in a 3-on-3. Bomb down in towards the pit. They're going to try and see if they can bait in another CT player, take him down and get the man advantage before the bomb plant comes in. 40 seconds left. Endpoint will not have a major opportunity to do that. Despite that, Stanley flashes his way in. Mighty Max will take him down. Eccles also spotted him. Bets up towards Graveyard, but is unable to get the kill. And unfortunately, it is worst case scenario for London. 11-4. Favor to the T side. Endpoint looking dominant here on our first map. Jesus Christ, you scared the living daylights out of me. For those of you on the live stream, we've got a couple of fans in the at the bar at the moment.
I don't know who they're supporting. I can't really hear them. I think are they cheering for London Esports? No?
No.
Okay.
No.
They suddenly went quiet when I did that. Pistol round though, Endpoint looking very strong so far in the pistol rounds across like all their series. Kevlar vest across the board, nothing unusual. Astro Vice does have a bit of utility, but no upgraded pistols on any of the players. Mighty Max opens things up though, finds the head of Stanley, promptly puts a bullet through it. And
Probably. Only probably?
Only probably. Probably puts a bullet through it. I'm gonna stick with probably. I can't even justify that.
Well, shots
Mighty
on
Max.
shots. Max is still kicking and screaming. 3 kills for him. Link and Astro quick to fall to the hands of Thomas. 12-4. Endpoint take a pistol on CT side. Again, this should have been London's map. This whole day has been perfect UKCS. We've seen map victories taken away by teams that didn't pick them. We've seen massive comebacks from 14-5 to 16-14. You know, like I don't even know what to make of this day anymore. Like Endpoint destroying London at their own game. Stanley, well, they just be able to get one frag back. Second phase from Pulse, however, will take him. Not take down Eccles, unfortunately, but the spray will be able to do enough damage towards him, make sure this SMG does not get into T-side hands. And they'll continue the pressure with the utility. Endpoint playing this match to a team right now.
Definitely. In the driver's seat, pedal right to the metal, trying to push forward their advantage as hard as possible. Willing to take the trade for it just to try and eliminate any chance of them getting a weapon that they might not want in the hands. Smoke goes down. Pulse is here on his own, waiting for the rotation. Thomas, the tank engine, is there though to back this up. Quickly rotating background, get scared. But the UMP was picked up by Astrovice, so that's the most important thing to notice. Is although they only had P250 and a couple of Glocks, they've now got that SMG. Maybe can make something happen. Still very questionable at this point. So rotated away from Banana, and now they're coming back to it. Looking little bit indecisive. But it's not going to make a difference. There's still going to be 2 players. Their best time to push was when they originally had control of top Banana. It's going to be a little bit harder now. Pulse gets 1, gets immediately domed back. But Thomas gets 2. Thomas the tank engine proving why you call him that. You know, you've got Thomas the tank engine, you've got
You really adopted that name, right?
You've got Mighty Max, the mighty man as well, looking very good through that, especially on the pistol round. And like, look at that scoreboard, Thomas 24 kills. Like, I mean, you said it, but the thing is, it's true. That's the thing. We can meme it all we want about him being a train, but the thing is, he's a train and he's steaming straight on ahead, straight through London Esports.
I mean, I guess you're not complaining because you picked Endpoint to win this matchup, and certainly it's looking.
I didn't expect it to be like this.
Oh no, I don't think anyone did. Let's not lie here. Endpoint already nading down Stanley, already taking down Link. Soulcast might be able to find a frag on CTs if they aggress down apartments, but not going to be. Endpoint realizing again that they've got the man advantage. They can chill here, and they can wait until the last minute of the matchup when the execution from London will come through, and they can, you know, play off the fact that they know that they've got a man advantage. Probably know that they've got the HP advantage off Stanley. Everything going in favor of Endpoint right now.
Might be able to hear the cheers.
I love these guys, by the way. 55 seconds on the clock. Soulcast. Try to back up. Try to collect that bomb. It's got to commit somewhere. They have left Astro over towards long in the cubby corner. Not for long, though. Thomas quickly picks him apart. The T side will look to focus on the B bomb site, it seems. 2 players on the execute. Stanley's extremely well. They'll trap their way on through, but Eccles goes falling. Stanley not bound for this well. They'll try and pull in a rotation as Soulcast goes over to the A bomb site. Over to the short side. One more peek, but the double peek will come through on the other side, and the backstab shot will come in from Lazar. 14-4, 10 rounds difference. A 10-round lead for Endpoint as they look poised to take map 1 of the championship.
And the bite coming out from London isn't too great either. Looking to try and push this to overtime, but then they're going to have to do their best Endpoint impression and win 11 rounds in a row on their own map. Whether they can do that, I don't think so. In their current state, they just don't look like they're with it. Like, half these rounds are nowhere even close at this point. Stanley trying his absolute best, but Mighty Max takes him out with a mighty headshot. And that'll be Endpoint pushing forwards. Ardilla as well with the grenades.
You just can't win. If you're London, you just can't win at all.
It's like, oh, we got a trade back, but it doesn't matter because Thomas is there and he's been terrifying. Maybe he'll get caught out. No, he's going to get a frag before he dies, even though there's 3 of you there. 1 versus 3. Astrovice is left in a 9 impossible situation. Bomb will go down. Definitely good discipline being shown by Ardilla, waiting for his teammates, not trying to do that hero play and rush on and create lots of separate 1v1s for Astrovice to try and win. He's going to back off into this graveyard area. The CTs are going to push together.
1v3 for the man. A clutch. He takes the first head, looks in for the second, but no. Mighty Max, clinical as ever, gets the kill. Pulse will get the defuse. And do you know what? That engagement against Thomas, I think, summarizes this whole map right now for London.
Chucks 3 people at them, and he still managed to get a kill.
He still managed to get a kill, even though he was overwhelmed and on 4 points of health.
28 kills.
Mike, can he get a 30 bomb? He needs a 2K in this round for Endpoint to win it and for him to get the 30
I like how that's the most important thing. It's not even can London pull this back. It's like, can Thomas 30 bomb?
They're not pulling this back. I'm sorry,
that's the big question mark.
I'm going to flip-flop, sorry, Banks. This Endpoint to win the whole series.
You said if there was good enough evidence, this is pretty damning evidence, I think, on Endpoint's part.
Yeah.
Show ourselves with the pure firepower. Mighty Max opening things up as well, spraying down, trying to find a second. It's taking away kills from Thomas. Stop it. Come on. Give him the 30 bomb. Yes, that's what I like to hear.
Oh, I'm glad I came here today.
Soulcast Thomas trying to add to his score. Soulcast just jumps away. He's like, no, I don't want to give it to you. There we go. He's on 29. Come on. Needs 1 more kill to get that 30 bomb. T-side. T's are going forwards towards him, so he's in the perfect position for this. That's where Link is. Ardilla snatched the kill. There we go. He's taking the 30 bomb, but Astrovice shuts him down. Astrovice left in a 1 versus 3 situation with the AWP in hand as well. 15-4 to Endpoint. Match point as well. 30 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like Endpoint's going to bring home map 1.
This is virtually impossible. Again, the AWP, such a bad situation. So little time on the clock. Creeping his way up, looking for the first kill on Artist. Might catch him, but no. 16-4, map 1, over for Endpoint. The pick of London Esports, just, they got absolutely decimated.
Like,
they got absolutely decimated. I don't even know how else I can describe that. Like,